Hello and welcome to the channel. As always, I'm your host, Morgan. Today, we're having a bit of a casual catch up and chit chat because I feel like it is needed. Honestly, I've been very busy over the last couple of weeks, so I haven't really gotten the chance to put together a more formal outline. Honestly, I don't know why I have my laptop even out right now. It's more or less decoration at this point, and you know what? That's just going to be okay. So we're going to close that up and we're going to call it good because we're not using her right now anyway. I just really want to take a moment to kind of catch up with the community here. There are some updates I want to give. I know I just did a catching up video, but I do have this idea of making these kind of more casual chit chat, yappy videos kind of a pretty regular thing because I'm playing around with a lot of ideas when it comes to my presence on social media in general, not just here on YouTube, but also over on TikTok, Instagram, Substack, all of the things. And like my various little platforms, because I do have like a book specific profile in a couple of places now, as well as the horse specific profiles. And I do have ideas and things that I want to do with them. It's just that my life is super busy and there are a lot of things on my plate, but I still want to get on here and yap a bit. And the first thing I do want to kind of yap about is my master's program because I'm a little over a month into the program now. And we just had our in person days for this summer semester, and it was honestly super awesome. I was super nervous going into it because I am a very, very introverted person. And while I had been talking to people, I was very nervous about meeting people in person, and there's a lot of imposter syndrome going on because I just kept thinking, should I even really be here? Do I belong in this program? And there was a moment where that imposter syndrome did hit even harder as we were talking about how competitive not only the program as a whole, but our cohort location and partner, the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance, is. And it was another one of those things that made me pause and go, do I belong here? But the facilitators and everyone there have been so lovely and keep assuring us that yes, we are here because we belong there. And it was really great to be around a lot of people from all sorts of different backgrounds, which was super cool, with different interests and goals, but overlapping in the fact that we are passionate about wildlife and conservation and the environment and getting communities involved. It was really good. And we got to spend days at the safari park in Escondido, or San Pasqual Valley, technically Escondido. And it was super awesome. We did a very quick research project. We were learning more about this inquiry based learning, which is the whole kind of scaffolding of this program. And it was just awesome. It was a fantastic experience. And I'm super glad that I'm getting to uh, take part in this program and have this experience. A big part of that is because of the lovely people who did donate to my GoFundMe at the beginning of summer so that I could pay for this semester. But I, very soon here, I'm going to be finding out how much I owe for fall semester. And yes, I've been applying for like scholarships and grants and FAFSA and all that. But uh, I still have that GoFundMe open because it's at this point, it's not just about school, because there have been some things going on in my personal life that are quite unfortunate, but have put me in a very precarious position. Because, yeah, I have like a roof over my head and all that, and my job gets my bills paid, but my personal vehicle was totaled. So, that is something that we're saving up for to replace again. And uh, goodness, the student loans, which I only have the federal student loans for my bachelor's, I recently had to start paying on again because, all of the Save Act stuff, I guess, is out of courts. I think, well, whatever had them paused has now stopped, and Save isn't a thing. So my payments on that more than doubled, which whew, was not super great. And even though I am in school now, yes, I still have to pay on those old loans because they're not associated with this current degree. But yeah. And while I have, of course, applied for FAFSA for this, I would really prefer to not take out more loans, federal or otherwise. But this is something that I want really bad. And now that I am working on it, I don't want to have to drop out for financial reasons because I really do think that this program is something that I need not only for me, but something that can help me find my place where I can help make the world a better place, because it might be a little idealistic, but I do genuinely believe that we can make the world a better place. Now, I do have an idea of what I want my overall thesis and master plan to be, but even in these 4 days that I spent talking to my classmates, cohort members, whatever you want to call them, and all of that jazz, I already feel my ideas changing. I don't want to talk about it too much publicly yet. It does still have to do with like wildfire management and forestry in arid regions, but it's not exactly what I was originally picturing. And it's only been a few weeks, and I don't have to nail down my overall master plan until the end of the spring semester. So it could evolve even more, but it's very exciting. For now, I am trying to nail down my individual final term project, which I do have to have nailed down by Sunday of this week, which is 5 days away at this point at time of recording. And I do think I'm going to be able to do it. I have an idea about doing something with some Engelmann oaks in the area near me. I don't want to give away too many specifics for like safety's sake and all that, but that's my general idea. I don't have my specific idea yet, but you know what? It's okay. We're getting there. And I have some articles saved that I need to read to see if that will help me narrow down my research question. But the thing I need to remember is to keep it simple because it's a very short turnaround time and just, yeah, all that jazz. But it's been good. So I just, I'm a little bit speechless and overwhelmed because this really has been like a dream, and it's still surreal. Like, I still don't feel like this is really happening because I never really thought I would go to grad school. Not necessarily because I didn't think I could do it, but because I guess I didn't think that I would belong there, if that makes sense. I'm someone who does always tend to underestimate myself, but that's kind of how it is. And I think that a lot of people feel that way a lot, especially in these like conservation, outreach, activism areas, because I do want to be more active in the eco activism sphere. And I have been feeling a lot of guilt in general lately because I have been so overwhelmed and focused on all of the things going on in my personal life that I haven't been able to be as I don't want to keep saying the word active, but y'all know what I mean. I haven't been able to be as present in some of the activism spheres that I have been in the past. And I think that a lot of people feel guilty, but we need to remember that we still need to take time to check in with ourselves and do the things for ourselves. And for me, I came to realize that pursuing this master's degree is a way for me to take care of my community and like the kind of global community too, because I think that I'm going to be able to do something that could potentially have some global impact. And that's not me trying to like prop myself up too high. Like, I genuinely do believe that, especially because the areas of research that I'm interested in are areas that I think that need to be looked at. Excuse me, my throat is a wee bit dry right now. I haven't been the best at hydrating, which is a bad thing because, it's hot out. It is approximately 1,000,000 degrees, but hopefully editing Morgan actually cuts out that cough. If not, my apologies, dears. But let's keep going because I know that this is kind of rambly, but forestry, wildfire management, wildfire ecology, all of that kind of jumble of things is an area that I think that we need more people being dedicated to, especially since we do have communities in high fire risk areas. And that's just how it's going to be. So we need to learn how to not only survive but thrive in these areas, and not just as human populations, but the ecosystem as well, because we are part of the ecosystem and we need to know how to coexist with it. And that is how I feel. But because I have been focusing so hard on like schoolwork the last few weeks and other things going on in my life, like I have some medical stuff that I've been dealing with, chronic fatigue and things like that, that are still more question marks than anything else. I have been taken away from doing things in the social spheres and like the activism communities, like FAFSA. I'm back. Sorry, I had to take a phone call. But basically, what I was saying, I haven't been able to be as active in the activism communities. And I said FAFSA, but I meant FAFO, Fight Against Fascism Oregon. I will link them. They have done some fantastic work, like March for Democracy and Coats for Courage. I forget what it was called, but the school supply drive, and they're good people over there, really building communities. But I've been feeling guilty because I haven't been able to be as active, even though I do realize that everyone associated knows and understands, because everyone has been going through their own things and everyone is going through their own struggles, no matter like what community or what thing you're looking at. And I think that's an important thing to keep in mind. But one of the things that I have been learning through my interactions and the little bit I have been able to do online is that doing a little bit to the best of your ability is better than doing absolutely nothing. And being part of communities like this, it make you feel less alone in the very least, and that is powerful. And it has been powerful for me because I have met some really fantastic people and have made what I do consider friendships online with some of these really fantastic people. And it's been great. And it's been one of the things that has been encouraging me to like pursue the master's degree and think beyond the job that I have that pays the bills. Because, yeah, I'm also doing things to further my career with this job, but I don't know that I want to stay in this career field long term, if you get what I mean. And pursuing this master's is one of the steps here, and not being just stuck in this career field. Not that it's like stuck, but especially with things like AI, it's also come into my field, and my field is one of those where you probably wouldn't think it, but I've I've seen the AI and the LiDAR, and it is rapidly growing and improving. And it is scary, but that's kind of where we're at. And I know a lot of fields are like that right now. And then AI also has its data centers and like water consumption. And there's a whole conversation we could have about that, but we'll have that later because I know that I'm going on and on right now, and I kind of do want to wrap this up and not too long. I don't want this to be a super long video, but as you can tell, I am a yapper sometimes. So, yeah. But one of the things that did like inspire me to kind of get on here, I was watching a Peter Mon video while I was doing some work literally minutes before turning on the camera. And it just, he had said something. I'll link the video actually. Um, there's, it's a drama channel and gossip, and that is one of my things. I do like listening to drama channels while I work and stuff, but that's one of my guilty little pleasures. And I will not apologize for it or be shamed for it. But he had said something about people who like put videos out and like only get 30 likes or so. And I mean, I get way less than that. And you know what? It's okay, because imagine getting 30 compliments IRL. And just, yeah, it was great, because I know I put these videos out there and some of them get some traction, some of them really don't. But I would be lying if I said I didn't want more views, and I would also be lying if I said that I didn't have aspirations for the social media worlds to generate some sort of revenue. But as of right now, I just want to get my voice out there. And my apologies for the background noises and the plane flying over right now. I could definitely stop and wait for it, but I'm not gonna, because I just want to keep trucking on here. Because, this is a casual video anyway. And with that, it kind of brings me to some of my ideas for the future, like having kind of casual, yappy videos maybe on Mondays or Wednesdays or something like that, as something to kind of get out there. I also want to do like little updates or maybe videos just looking at some more positive news, because there's a lot of negative news, especially in like the eco world in the United States right now. And it is a downer. It is mentally taxing on me to keep up with it too. And I don't want all of my content to always be downers. But I have things that I want to do over on my horse channel, and then I have like my Bookstagram and my Book Talk account that I started, because I do think it's worth kind of putting those in their own places. But I don't know. Maybe like these yappy videos should be moved to like a vlog channel and keep this channel a little more structured. But I also want to kind of bring you guys along on my journey of getting my master's and work through that, because I know when I finished my bachelor's, I did make a video that I think was a little bit cynical. I stand by what I said in it, but so far, just this graduate degree and my undergrad degree, it's night and day. And I think that's something that definitely needs to be talked about, but in a format where I'm a little more coherent. So, right now, as it stands, I have been trying to do like little blog posts over on my Patreon. The last couple of weeks have been fairly light because, like I said, I have been really busy. This week, I should be back in the swing of things, at least with the weekly update. I still have my GoFundMe, which I appreciate any donations or any sharing of that, because I just, I really want to keep pursuing this master's. In an ideal world, these medias would eventually get enough to get monetized and pay for that, but we're not there yet. I don't know that we ever will be, but you know what? It's okay. So I feel like I'm starting to ramble, but if you made it this far, you're freaking awesome. I love y'all, my parasocial friends, and click all the YouTube buttons. Comment down below. I don't know if you'll have much to say here, but if you feel so inclined, I'll also have my GoFundMe and Patreon linked as well. But for now, I will bid you all adieu, and I will see you all in the next one.